Good morning, Libra. Hope you guys are doing well. Happy Valentine's Day to all of you. I hope your day is wonderful and filled with love, whether you're with somebody or not. Remember, if you're not, to give that self-love to you, right? That love is universal. It's not just romanticized. So Libra, I tried to get the love readings out last week. Got through Scorpio, went to Pisces, and everything went haywire. So again, was another sign to me that a specific love reading was not in the cards at that time. So Libra, this is going to be your mid-February reading. We'll see what's going on till the end of the month for you guys. I hope that your last video resonated for you. This will be for your sun, your moon, your rising, and your Venus cross watchers. If that is you, discern the messages accordingly. Don't force something to fit that does not. You'll just fuck shit up, basically, right? Like it gets confusing. So Libra, let's go ahead, jump right on into it, guys. If you're interested in a personal reading, that information can be found in the description box below, as well as the about section of the page. So remember, this is not a personal reading, so discern accordingly. All right, Libra. Let's see what's going on for you. I don't know, I feel like you feel hopeful, optimistic right now. Things may have been heavy for some time, and I remember like the last reading that I did for you guys for the beginning of February, there was dealing with some family stuff, some ego kind of things. Whew. Lust, haha, it's Valentine's Day, how funny, right? So let's see, feeling a little hopeful. For some of you, I feel like you may have a partner that's doting on you at this time. They may be craving and desiring attention from you as well. But I want to just tell you that whether it's you or the cross watcher here, that make sure that you're paying attention and reciprocating that energy. Because I kind of feel like it's like very much about the person who's receiving the attention rather than a reciprocation of that energy right off the bat. So, remember that's not just about you, that it's also about them, and it needs to be equal, right? So, they may, Libra, just one rating, please. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see before I go any further. Come on, guys. I was hoping for some lighter energy today. All right. I feel like there is a deeper connection that you're trying to maintain, and you may find it very hard. You may find that someone is asking you to conform or maybe be something that you feel like you're not. Or something that you're not capable of. And for some of you, you just may not want to be capable of it, whatever this might be. Oh God, there's too much here. Let me take a look at this. Yeah, this is kind of like pushing against who you are. So if you feel like you're being pushed into being something that you're not, you may find yourself feeling a bit, it feels off-putting to me is how that comes across. So let's see, one more card for Libra, please, Spirit. Just one card for Libra. Nothing wants to come out this morning. Oh, Libra. There we go, conclusion. You may have to, forbidden, oh God, okay. So for some of you, this may be a cycle that I feel like someone's trying to close out a particular situation with you. This doesn't mean like the end of partnership or anything like that. I do feel that this is somewhat love related. But it also feels like there's a desire there, but in order to gain that desire, it's like you have to play by a certain rule, or maybe they feel like they have to play by a certain rule. I think that at the end of this, you're going to feel like you or them, and I really feel like this could go, this reading is going to be both for the cross watcher and for Libra. It's learning to work together to harmonize. You've got that 6, which is things are coming back around, right? The 8 and the 4 breaks down, or is a 12, which breaks to a 3, and then the 1 and the 2, which is a 12, breaks down to a 3 also. And we have chapter 1, the end, the conclusion of the situation, obedience and lust. To me, this is very much as if there's a cycle trying to close out. Somebody maybe there was a period of stagnation. There may have been a little bit of fighting, a little bit of battle of wills and ego there for a while. But it feels confining to me in the sense that the only way to make this work is you may feel as if you are conforming to a certain degree to what they desire, or vice versa, because it's like, the book was open to do whatever, to write it out, to create a life that, you know, you wanted to experience, or something that was going to work for you. But I feel like it was like blank. It's like done. There's nothing there. So somebody may be trying to revive a relationship, revive a situation at this time. This to me really does have to deal with the home and the family time type of situation. And it's like, there may be very bad news here, guys. You know, don't shoot the messenger. That for some of you, this may be coming to an end where, you know, being Valentine's Day, people try to spend time loving and reviving and being hopeful and, you know, a sense of renewal. And so you're trying to step into that to revive something that seems to have gotten a little lost along the way. For others of you, you may just realize at the end of this period, this 2-week period, that the efforts that you've put in feel like they're confining you from where you are or where you want to be. And there's a need for closure here. There's a need to end something that is no longer serving your best or higher interest. I also feel like some of you are going to stick this out regardless of the situation, just because this is maybe what was set up to be done, and yet you feel an obligation to continue to do it. So this is going to go a couple of different ways for all of you. Again, discern the messages, put them where they belong in your particular situation. But I do feel like there's history there with this person, whoever this person is. There's a lot that went into, and I'm going to call it over the last, I'm going to go with the 2 to 3 year period, that a lot of history was written for you guys. But it's like, I almost feel like there's a constant shift that's occurring, but it also feels very, very stubborn energy. So you may be dealing with a fixed sign. If that's the case, they may be very steadfast in their ways on how things are supposed to work. And again, I think I feel and think that it feels confining to you at this time. So, all right, let's see. We're going to pull from the Sacred Geometry deck and see what's up. Realization and conception. Yeah, something's not in conception, being in the reverse position there. For some reason, these cards are usually all upright, but I'm going to take it for what it is. The realization that something is not working, right? Trying to make dynamic. There's a need to work together, and I don't feel like compromise. Romantic love in the upright, and then you've got dynamic in the reverse position. There's something between the two of you that is just not playing out. It's like, you know, when you think about that 3, and again, the 3 points to this dynamic is it's a triangular energy. And here I'm going to show you it in reverse, right? You've got those 3 points. Those 3s makes me very much think of the 3 of Pentacles energy, needing to work together in order to make something work right. And this pertains to romantic love. It's almost like at some point somebody forgot why they even entertained a situation. And there's a need to work together. But whatever this is, it's like it's really very much having a hard time coming together. Like, you may not be seeing things eye to eye on a lot of different dynamics and situations that surround you. It could be something as simple as maybe you are a type A personality and that person is type B, you know, so it's like you just can't find a compromise in between the situations, but yet there's a desire of love here. You know, they see you in a loving light. You may see them in again, reverse roles as it applies. You may be seeing them, but it's like, okay, you can have love for something or somebody, but does it actually work? Is it sustainable? And right now, I don't feel like there's any harmonious vibes of working together to make this happen the way that it needs to happen for you all. And I personally feel like, oh God, like I hate to say this to you at Valentine's Day, but this is what it is. Like, we take shit. This is real life. And you know, we address it for what it really genuinely is. So Libra, let's see. And on the bottom, we got forbidden. Yeah, it's just like, I feel like you guys feel like you're constantly stuck. That rigid energy, the movement, trying to get something going, trying to revitalize, renew something that it's just not quite there. And then you've got that 5 there, which is changes. You know, I just talked about, you know, you may recognize that certain things are not working anymore, or you've tried to make them work and they're just not moving forward the way you had hoped. There might be a lot of heavy passion and energy. There may be a lot of obsessive energy. I feel like this obsessive energy is more so, what's the word I'm looking for? Pertaining to how you're doing things in the life, in the family home, the roles that are being taken. So it's like obsessing about it, but yet, again, nobody being on the same page, but yet going, but I love you. Well, okay, sometimes, and I'm going to sound like an asshole here, sometimes love is not enough. What was that song? I forget who sang it. It was like, I think like the early 90s or 80s or something, where they're like, oh, sometimes love isn't enough. It might have been Bonnie Raitt. I don't know. Anyhow, discern that accordingly because I can't remember. All right, guys. So past energy, 9 of Pentacles. I do feel like, you guys, there's again, there is something outside of the love that brings you together, but at the same time, it's getting on the same page. And I feel like that's the struggle. Libra. Present energy for Libra, please, Spirit. Present energy for Spirit. Or for Spirit. Oh my God. Present energy for Libra. Spirit, what do you got for Libra? 10 of Swords. An ending, beginning, right? Like something's got to change. And the future energy for Libra, please, for February. I love these cards, but they're so big for my hands. I have a hard time shuffling them. 7 of Pentacles. Pausing. 8 of Pentacles. This is very much, all right, Pentacles, right? Pentacles energy. And I will say this to you guys. If you have the desire to make these changes, it can happen. Got all minor arcanas here, right? So, you know, you look at the majors. Majors are fated life events. It's coming in for a reason. You have no control over it. These minor arcanas are just the energy that you're sitting in at this time. It's up to you. No matter what, with tarot and oracle, no matter how real it gets, and we give you the disclaimer of it's for entertainment purposes only, you know how this resonates in your life. And at the end of the day, those minor arcanas can be changed because you've got free will. Your free will gets to determine what direction you're going to head. So either you're going to play with this energy to try to find remedies to this. Don't push and force things though, right? Like if it's just not flowing, it's not flowing. And there's a realization to that needs to happen. And that realization was also in that sacred geometry deck that I was pulling from a few minutes ago. So very much about the home space, the Pentacles, right? Our stable foundations, how we see ourselves. Are we secure? Are we stabilized? All of those things. Excuse me. So let's see. Let's clarify and see what comes up. But Libra, I'm not... I feel like you're really going to have to learn how to work with other people. And I really feel like that's the grand scheme of things. And even with love there, with lust, with the passion, with the fire, with the, you know, all of those things. And there's that 8 of Swords coming out with the 9 of Pentacles. Spirit's just going, don't play well with others. So again, this could be you. This could be the person you're dealing with. The Ace of Swords. You know, a lot of Pentacle type energy here. A lot of foundational type of energy here. A lot of air energy, which is, you know, the thought process, the mental aspects of things, being up in your head. Page of Pentacles, again, another Pentacle, 3 of Cups, needing to work together. The 7 of Pentacles on the bottom, you know, and that comes out twice here with the 7 of Pentacles. There's a pause. Like all of a sudden I feel like a realization, like there's this anxiety, and I honestly feel like this is the person that you're dealing with, because like I said, it's almost like they're doting on you. Or again, you could be doting on them. Apply as required, right? But it's like there's this anxiety of feeling trapped, feeling stuck, feeling frozen in time. And there it is, that 8 of Swords energy, right? You know, this is a self-imposed restriction that, you know, the truth of the matter is it's almost like you're running into a brick wall of going, okay, I'm going to have to try to do this differently. So let me come in, you know, that Page of Pentacles can be a message of stability, can be an offer of stability. Hey, let's try this again. Let's get a firmer foundation. Let's try to create hope. And again, to me, he's very hopeful. He's like, well, here, let me give you something. Let me make my offer to you. Let me step up to the plate kind of thing. And I do feel like this 9 of Pentacles, whoever this energy is coming in very well grounded and very well on their own. And I will say that to me, this person is, you know, very well on their own. They don't want you, or excuse me, they don't need you. They want you, but it's like they're not seeing things come to fruition the way that they hoped they would. So it's kind of like this period of pause and reflection, this void of like, we've done A, B, C, we should be elevating and going upward and moving in a positive direction. And I feel like this person keeps trying somehow, whoever this is, whether you or them, they're trying to gain some momentum moving forward. And we're running into the 10 of Wands, or the 10 of Swords here. You know, this can be a lot of various, you know, various things. We're going to go ahead and clarify this message. So the 10 of Swords for Libra, please, Spirit. 5 of Pentacles, the Sun. I just keep hearing hope. Like, I don't know. It's like there's a lot of hope that things are going to work out for the better. That you're going to come out of this shitty energy. But I feel like it's a fight and a struggle. That Knight of Swords to me, I got the 5 of Pentacles, the Sun, the Knight of Swords with the King of Swords underneath. To me, most often that Knight of Swords to me is like my pissed off, aggressive, angry, like coming back around, just like, I don't know what it is with that card, but me as a reader, when I look at that card, I'm just like, oh God, here comes the fight. And that's pretty much how it feels, is like, I feel like somebody is being left out. You know, that 5 of Pentacles being left out in the cold, feeling abandoned, feeling neglected. And so in turn, they're coming in and going, what can I give you? What can I do to bring this into a harmonious position? But I feel like they're being met with some tension, with some hostility, with some aggression, with like this, there's whoever this is, whether it's you or them, somebody is not seeing. And to me too, when you look at these these 4 cards, when you've got that lust, you can see like he's very much immersed in himself, and she's doting, right? And then you see this, and it's like, I'm trying to move forward into this light with you. This is how I'm seeing this for you guys, into something that is beautiful. And it's like, no, he's coming at it like, nope, I'm just not having it right now. This cycle, whatever this back and forth kind of energy is, absolutely needs to come to a close. I feel like your focus may be on just other things at this time that may be stressing you out, sending you into a space that is just very much, again, a lot of Swords energy, a lot of Pentacles energy here, that's sending you back into this, like, I don't know if you're dealing with things from the past that are coming back in, but it's like where your focus is not nurturing of the growth that someone is desiring to have with you. And that's going to be a choice, right? That's that free will choice. Are you going to refocus your energy? Because, yeah, there's the 3 of Swords, the Fool, the King of Swords, the Moon. Like, I don't feel like you guys are talking about the key situations, the key problems, the key things that are sitting in that are letting you sit in this space at this time, right? So it's like you may mentally be contemplating this, but I don't feel like there's communication around these situations that would shed light on why there's this imbalance at this time. Very heavy energy of imbalance right now, guys. So 7 of Earth, or 7 of Pentacles. Jesus, there's a need for a pause. Again, pause, reflection, a need to pause and reflect on what's going on. We've built up our 7 Pentacles, right? There's 10 Pentacles to be had. That 7 of Pentacles is you've tried, you've planted the seed, you've made the investment into something. And then it's just so funny because this particular card, the 7 of Pentacles, this deck, which is the Angel Tarot cards, says a temporary pause in action. And then what do we end up with? The 4 of Swords in reverse. What is that? A temporary pause in action as well. So it's almost like, again, contemplating like this end, this conclusion of the way we've done things is not working, right? So it's like we have to open a new chapter to, close out a cycle. We open a new one, an ending and a new beginning. What are we going to do with that? And I feel like there's a great need for 2 people, particularly, to balance out that emotional energy. 9 of Pentacles, again, going back to the self. So Libra, whether this is you or the person you're dealing with, and this may, I'm going to say Knight of Cups in reverse. A loveless son of a bitch. King of Wands. You could be dealing with somebody who is very arrogant, and it's crazy because, you've got the Empress there, you've got the King of Cups there underneath, you've got the King of Wands. I'm going to say this too. Somebody very much in their mind could be going back to a relationship, and I'm not saying like physically going back, but reminiscing on a relationship of the past where it wasn't like this. It didn't feel so hard. Why that one didn't work out, I don't know. We're not diving into that. But what I'll say is, like, it's almost like they're going back in their mind, and this may just be you. This may be, maybe where you guys were initially to where you are now. Like, what happened to that loving, nurturing soul? Because now it's become a bit arrogant. Now it's become a bit difficult. It's become a bit very much sitting on your throne and not making any action towards them. It's very steadfast energy. And I don't know why, like the King of Wands, I just get him sitting on his throne and he ain't budging anymore. So you guys have to remember, like, when we start a relationship with another person, and it doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be romantic, but when we're in a relationship with another person, we things that we nurture, that's what grows. Like, I'm horrible with houseplants, and I don't know that this is the best analogy, because the love life for me is just not a thing at this time, really. But what I'll say to you is this: if you go get a houseplant and you bring it home and it's been nurtured and cared for, it's beautiful, you bring it home, it looks beautiful in your living space, it feels good, but then maybe the first week or two, you're so excited about this plant and it's gorgeous and you're watering it and you're pruning it and you're taking care of it, and then you get busy and then you forget to water it and prune it and take care of it, it starts to die off. Our relationships with everybody in our life, whether it's romantic, family, our children, whatever it is, they grow when we nurture them. So it's your choice whether or not you're going to choose to nurture this, or if the person you're dealing with is going to choose to nurture this. But I also feel like this person, whether it's you or them, again, I really feel like this is going to go both ways for a lot of you, is like they're thinking back to a time when this situation was being nurtured. And that can also be that romanticized, what do they call that? Like that honeymoon phase, right? The honeymoon phase. So maybe the honeymoon phase for some of you guys is just over. And now the real work begins. Now you've got to put in the work and the effort to sustain. You've got to work together. You've got to remember that your relationships are not just relationships, they are partnerships. And in that partnership, again, whether it's a family dynamic, a husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever this is, your children, it is a partnership that both sides need to nurture in order for it to grow and to flourish. So if nobody is nurturing it, or one person is trying and the other person is not, and there's no reciprocity in that nurturing ability, nothing's going to grow from that, right? So you guys gotta, whether it's you or them, and then you've got to ask yourself too, from the human form of the mind, is this worth it? Like, are we either going to get, how long do I sustain this type of energy? Spirit's also saying, did you entertain this situation for the right reasons? Remembering, and I think I just said this a few minutes ago, remembering why it was you even got into it to begin with. So, there you go. Our Queen of Wands, someone wants to come in. Like, Queen of Wands, the King of Wands isn't on the board. It was an underlying energy. But still, it's like, Spirit is saying she knows. So whatever that means to you specifically, I get little tidbits sometimes, but they're saying she knows. High Priestess, I think she's whoever this she is, or, it doesn't matter, male, female, it doesn't matter, but the way they brought it in is she knows. Spirit is saying divulging secrets, but I also feel like even though she knows, this can be a sense of denial, a sense of denial in the sense of how things are working out, recognizing it, seeing it for what it is, but not expressing it, not addressing it from that space. Two of Wands, again, another period of waiting. Two of Cups, King of Wands, again, the Empress underneath that, but that flipped out. So to me, you do have a divine pairing here of that King of Wands and that Queen of Wands, the King of Cups. But again, it doesn't matter what divine pairing you are, if you don't put in the work to sustain it, it goes nowhere at the end of the day. So to me, this is very much about trying. This person wants to bring things together. This could be you, could be them. This Two of Cups energy underneath, wanting to bring things together, but understanding that, again, hopeful. That Eight of Pentacles it's a learning curve. It's learning, studying, researching, understanding, getting a better grasp on the work that you've put in from that Seven of Pentacles. So I feel like, again, for some of you, this is not about learning in the sense of like education wise, as it is like the book of life. You know, I look at this conclusions in this Eight of Pentacles, and they both, look at all the books, like they're learning something new. And that Five of Air, that Five of Swords energy, I feel like they're contemplating the knowledge that they've gained. And that Four of Wands, you know, maybe the way that they perceived it, or you perceived it in the initial beginnings of this situation, was very much like, this is beautiful. But then at some point, this Five of Swords comes in, which is self-deception or not seeing things. And I did see the moon here a little bit ago, but I'm also hearing deception, you know, illusion around a situation too. And then it's like going back and reviewing what things were like, how you got to this point, what comes next. Hopeful still somehow for this Two of Cups energy to come in, but it's like taking a moment, like almost a sense of denial. So whether this is you or your person, Libra, I'll say this to you. If this is your person who's feeling this way, you better wake up and pay attention, because if not, they're only going to take this cycle, this continuation of the nonsense for so long. So, you know, hard truth here. I'm not trying to put you in a tough spot or make you feel bad, but you just stop and ask yourself, just from a very spiritual sense of space of going, am I fully invested into the things that really mean so much? Am I fully invested into my foundations with the person? Or even, and it doesn't have to be your partner at home. This can be, you know, business and life and, you know, friendships. It could be a variety of things. But just ask yourself if you're really giving it the attention and the care and the nurturing that it needs to sustain something. But I do feel like this is very much a romanticized partnership that you're dealing with at this time. So, you know, be cautious of what it is that you're doing. Be cautious of what it is that you're, you know, avoiding or not addressing or not listening at this time. I would also say throat chakra, because our throat chakra is our ability to speak, but it's also our ability to hear. It's the only chakra in the body that has two openings, because it's not just about communicating outwardly, it's also about communicating inwardly, that you're taking in the messages that you're receiving and you're hearing another person. I do feel like this other person that may be expressing this, again, whether it's you or them, they're not saying a whole lot at this time. They want to, but they're not. It's almost like they're very much in their head contemplating how things are working or not working at this time. So guys, just be aware of that, okay? I'm gonna pull you guys one love card, and then I'll get you a final message and we'll wrap this up. All right, Libra. Chemistry, again, there you go. Like there is a lot of attraction in this situation. There is a lot of things that make you feel good, and it might just be in the bedroom. Like, I mean, let's just we're adults. Like, let's be straight. There is a strong pull to this person, but it's going to require more than, you know, well, you know, time wise, whatever. That's your business. It's none of my business. But there's got to be more than the time that there is spent in the physicality of the relationship. There's got to be more. Again, you got to nurture all the things, not just parts of it. So in that, like, there's got to be a giving and receiving. This chemistry was there in the beginning. I think it's still there, but I think it's gotten very muffled since then. So that's something that you're going to need to address. All right, final message. I'm so torn between deck spirits. Spirits, go on, take the White Light Oracle. All right, I've been using the Light Workers Oracle deck, but they keep pulling me towards this one, so we're going to go with this as a final message for you guys. All right, Shekinah, and I'm sure I'm not saying that right because I never do. The sun came out face down. Just make note of that. Number 6, again, that last card was 2 and 4 equals 6. Things coming back around, right? Needing to address the emotional aspects of things, that there's more here than just, you know, a lustful type attitude or what first brought things together. To me, she, again, very hopeful energy, but at the same time, I feel like she's very disconnected and distant in her sight. Again, a knowing, seen with that Queen of Wands, I heard she, you know, she knows. There is a knowing, there is an awareness. I I feel like whoever this is teetering in that awareness of where it's going to go. So let's read the book and see, and then we'll wrap this up, guys. Alrighty. Either way, I hope you guys have a fantastic Valentine's Day and that you at least enjoy the day together. And, you know, remember what brought you together. If this is a relationship, remember what brought you together. Remember why you fell in love with that person, why you wanted to entertain that person. All right, so Shekinah, the spiritual worlds want to help you resolve your worldly concerns. It is safe for you to rely on spirit as a loving, protective, helpful, and practical presence able to positively affect all areas of your life, including facilitating the resolution of physical problems. Do not limit your spirituality to concepts. Instead, apply your higher knowledge and principles, grow your wisdom, and live your path. Acknowledge your value as a person, a soul, a treasure, the gift of your path, and let your spirituality integrate with all the facets of your life. Shekinah is a Hebrew word that translates as the dwelling place of the divine. Shekinah is the embodiment of light. She is in us when we are living our spiritual path, applying our wisdom and principles. So our actions, our courage, our choices awaken compassion in our world. We are the sacred change makers and healers of the collective. The divine electricity of spirit needs willing soul bulbs to shine forth in the world. In the esoteric Jewish tradition of Kabbalah, Shekinah is the sacred feminine, the capacity for an experience of spirit entering the soul of a human being. When a soul is approaching the sacred experience of Shekinah, the ego has given way to some degree. There is enough inner space and heart willingness to surrender and receive so that spirit can infuse the soul. The soul becomes more luminous with white light. We resonate more with spirit than we do ego. We feel like our true selves. When the soul becomes Shekinah, a holy dwelling place of our spirit, our experience is very different to the ego-driven way of living. We slow down and accomplish that which is meaningful. We feel connected to all that is, so we are inspired to do what we can to help according to our tendencies and talents. We co-create rather than compete. We accomplish our aspirations because we are no longer in our heads but practicing our spiritual path daily. Our practices resonate with our hearts, increasing our awareness, love, presence, patience, commitment, and peace. Our spiritual practices are our life raft when the oceans of life become wild, and our magic carpet when we feel stuck and need inspiration and freedom. Our practices increase our compassion for ourselves and others. When Shekinah is in your reading, you have both permission and encouragement from spirit to embrace spiritual practices that resonate with your heart and commit to them, especially when you think you don't need them or they don't seem to be doing anything for you. Those are the times that you need them the most. To embrace Shekinah is to embrace action, to commitment, to engage, to walk our talk, and to be the light we want to see in the world. The ideas that nurture and inspire your heart are important, but the action that transform hesitation, fear, and doubt into boldness, trust, and confidence are essential to bring those ideas to life. You have it within you to live your light and to put all your problems and concerns into the capable hands of deeper guiding wisdom. You are not giving away your power in doing so. You are actually empowering your sacred fulfillment. This oracle brings notice of opportunity to apply your spiritual principles. You are encouraged to consider how you can live so that your inner beliefs and outer actions are in alignment. This is not about denying the ego and its pains. It's about having compassion and responding from a place of kindness and determination to heal. The oracle also suggests a matter of material or physical concern can be touched and healed by spirit. Your task is to invite spirit in and allow it to do what it knows how to do. Find relief in knowing that spirit is with you and wants you to heal through all matters of concern. That's, to me, this, I was thinking as I was reading that about that Knight of Swords energy, right? Yeah, the Knight of Swords. One of you, or I got dry lips. Oh God, happy Valentine's Day to me, right? Dry lips. Is that whichever party in this situation is dealing with this aggressive, not paying attention kind of attitude and living at a little bit of space of ego, it's asking you to pay attention to that, to be present and aware in the commitments that you've already made, right? You may have just gotten off course. It's okay. Like it all, we all tend to veer from time to time, or we've got to bring ourselves back into balance. And I really feel like that's what it's saying to you, is that, even if you have veered, but you have to open up, you have to be open to receive, you have to be open to give, you have to be open to all the various things in it. Honor the heart space, honor that spiritual commitment to yourself. And then through that, when you're grounded and well established in a space of loving energy, you're also able to give that out to other people. But to heal whatever this is that's paining you at this time, so that you can be more aware and present for what it is that's going on in your internal world within your home space. Libra, you wore me out. Holy shit. Anyways. All right, guys, if you found this reading resonates, hit that like button, please. It helps the videos circulate, and it is greatly appreciated. If you've not subscribed yet to the channel, please do so. You're going to get notifications every time a video gets posted. Remember, this is for your sun, your moon, your rising, and your Venus. So cross watchers, again, discern accordingly. I really do feel like this video is for both the cross watcher and for Libra. So, for some of you, it may be stronger on one side than the other. And if you guys want a personal reading, email down below, email in the about section. I will be happy to get you all scheduled. I wish you guys a very happy Valentine's Day. Take care of yourselves. Love each other. Be present. I just want to go be present in your moment, right? So we gain so much clarity when we're present, and we lose a lot of that swordsy shit. Clarity, right? There she is, the Queen of Swords on the bottom. Just happened to look there. But you'll gain, excuse me, a lot of insight and wisdom from that. So sending you guys all my love. Hope you're doing well. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon.